buddy, Sister Girl AyChristene, and today I'm checking out a creator that was suggested. A different video was suggested, but I think there was something I couldn't, pull up that video. So I'm checking out Getting Lost at Disneyland on Halloween by Yong Tales. I was afraid that I was going to get tongue-tied there, but it didn't. So it's okay. Good to go. I'm excited to see what was the experience at Disneyland like for Yong, and then getting lost there. What was that like? Was it free? Were you scared? Were you excited? Like, oh, wonder I'm at Disneyland, or was it like, oh my goodness, where are my parents? Or friends? I don't know who you got lost with. But we're gonna check it out. Link is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
I don't know how scary this topic is supposed to be, but I figured it exposes a very sensitive and traumatizing part of my life.
Oh dear.
Which makes for a great video,
guess.
It takes place during Halloween.
Oh,
so,
true.
Theming, yay! Now, I think that we can all agree that getting lost is not a pleasant...
Is his character the box from Progressive? Like, is that his character? Or is this just what he's doing in this video?
An experience. I'm sure when I was younger, if I got lost in like a toy store with nothing but Pokemon, Lego, Star Wars, and Yu-Gi-Oh stuff hanging around, then it probably wouldn't be so bad.
Okay, so
but regardless, being alone without a connection to contact your parents in a large place full of strangers, I'm sure that feeling of panic will set in eventually. And when I say connections to contacting your parents, I mean stuff like cell phones.
Okay,
yes, you little babies that have your own iPhones, I'm talking to you. See, back in my day, if we got lost, one does not simply just text our parents and be like, yo, where you at? Why did you abandon your own child?
True.
My
As
parents
a child,
constantly reminded me that in the case that we got lost, we were to do 3 things. Stay where you are, as long as it was safe to do so.
Yeah.
Tell an employee that you're lost, not some random stranger.
Yeah, true.
And cry really loud to make a scene.
That was never...
Okay, it might have only been 2 things.
Okay, I was
I'm
gonna
pretty
say,
sure doing the
never
last
told
one
that
will work
last
too. So if for some reason you got lost these days and you don't have a cell phone, now you know what to do.
Yeah.
The more you know. But anyways, yes, for this video, keep in mind that this took place during a time where cell phones in a child's possession was not a thing. So one year during Halloween, when me and my sister were still into the whole getting candy and dressing up phase, yes, I have a sister, in case you didn't know that. Our family and some friends decided to go to Disneyland, more specifically California Adventure, because it was the first time that they were doing an event like this. Instead of going around the neighborhood knocking on doors to get candy completely free, you get to pay to walk around a theme park and collect like 2 pieces of candy at these community candy stations scattered throughout the park.
Only 2 pieces.
I mean, it wasn't that bad since back then the tickets weren't stupidly overpriced like they are now.
Yeah,
now that's scary. I don't really remember what everyone went as, mainly because I was only concerned with what I was wearing.
Which a lot of people are.
Maybe my sister went as Mulan. I don't know. I went dressed up as a red barnacle. And not to brag or anything, but my costume was pretty cool. Except the helmet and the weapon were the only part of the costume that my mom didn't make herself because she didn't want to waste money buying the rest of the outfit like any normal mom would do. Thank you, Mom. I love you. So we were all dressed up.
He's like, I don't want to be too mean.
Off to Disneyland, the happiest place on earth. Also the place that I was going to be traumatized for the rest of my life.
I'm sorry.
So we were all well into the night heading to each station to grab candy. Oh yeah, and I think we had to get a card stamped at each station to make sure that there were no repeating customers.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Which really didn't matter to me because as far as I knew, all the stations had the exact same things. Apple-flavored lollipops,
I hate those.
Plenty of Tootsie Rolls,
That's
Starburst, and Laffy Taffy.
Okay, hold on. It's Disneyland. You had to pay to get in there. They can afford some better candy, okay? I hate those candy-appled candies. That's disgusting. If you want candy apple, get a candy apple. Don't give this ish to kids. Like, people don't want that ish. Sorry, that made me upset. Because you pay so much money to go to these places, and for them to cheap out on the candy. Okay, it's one thing for them to be like 2 pieces per person, which I think that's also outrageous. Maybe 4 or 5 pieces. Y'all can go to Sam's, buy a myriad of them bags, those huge bags of candy with so many different varieties of name brand great candy. I mean, Starburst, yeah. Tootsie Rolls? Are you serious? The only people you should be getting Tootsie Rolls are cash advance places. That's it. Not from Disneyland. Are you kidding me? Or their own candy. They make candy there. They make treats there. That was cheap as heck. Cheap as heck.
I didn't get my usual Hershey's, M&M's, Nerds, or any other type of candy that I like. And that kind of sucked. Aside from walking around and getting candy and riding the same old rides, some may be a little different due to theming, there was nothing else much to do. Now, I remember we were at California Adventure, Paradise Pier, now
Is that
called
like a
Pixar
different
Pier, I think. We were all in line to see Snow White.
different land?
Apparently, she was handing out different candy than what all the other stations were giving out.
That's
probably had to do something with apples, just a hunch.
Oh,
I already got
probably.
my candy, but everyone else was still waiting in line to get theirs because they're freaking slow. And I figured, they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Gosh dang it, I'm 7 years old. I can just walk off and explore that store over there and look for myself.
No.
Thank you very much.
No.
So I walk inside the store. No one saw. I had a taste of independence. No. Anyways, I did some exploring, looking at all the cool stuff that I couldn't afford. Eventually, I got bored and decided it's probably a good time to head back. Okay. So I walked back over to Snow White Station, but none of them were there. My sister and my friends, nope, gone. And I can just remember that this wave of panic just came over me. Also, it didn't really help that everyone around me was taller, a complete stranger, and they were wearing this really scary mask. So yeah, that was happening. All right, man, calm down. It's not that bad. You're 7 years old. Screw it. I'm 7 years old. I'm not supposed to be alone this early in life.
True. Aww.
Now, on the outside,
but he shouldn't have walked away.
See this little boy with the armor of a mighty and fearless bionicle warrior.
Okay.
But underneath that mask was a little Asian boy crying his eyes out wanting his mommy.
Oh, baby.
I mean, I could tell myself I'm a big boy and big boys don't cry as much as I want. But that didn't change the fact that I was lost in a huge theme park surrounded by a bunch of people wearing masks on Halloween with no phone to contact my parents.
That's creepy.
But John, you're supposed to be prepared for all this stuff, you know, since your parents told you all these years.
Oh, the two things.
Yeah? You know? Yeah, that's quite true. So, keeping in mind what I should have done, what do you think I actually did? Maybe it should have been 4 things. Get a freaking hold of yourself first. Because when you're in a panic, you tend to not think straight.
Yeah,
I tried looking for my parents or someone that I knew for that matter. What was step number 2 again? Seek out an employee so that they can help you. I mean, the park has a ton of employees.
It does.
Some that you can see, a lot of them you can't see. But that's a topic for another video, and that's not important. The point
Were they hiding in plants?
Finding help was not going to be an issue. In fact, I probably could have just walked in the store all crying, and the employees will immediately know what's going on.
Right, and they could find his parents.
It looks like we got another lost child. Put him with the rest. Give him one of those overpriced giant lollipops.
Which is another thing they could have gave the kids. Those big, huge, lollipops that they sell at Disney. It's funny when they said put them with the rest. I wonder how many kids actually get lost at Disneyland every year, or Disney World, either one. How often? How many a day? How many lost kids a day? That's something I want to look up. I want to know how many in a day. That would be interesting to know.
Shut them up. But at last, I didn't. My prideful self didn't want to ask the help from some stranger.
How are you that prideful at 7?
It's kind of the same thing how socially awkward people or men just have a problem with asking for assistance. I'd rather suffer than get help from you. And the last thing I could have done was cry really loud. I mean, I already failed to do the other 2 steps, and I was already crying inside the mask. You know, I might as well have just opened that baby up and shout to the whole park.
Was that a goat scream?
Something was not right. For sure, the employees would notice me then.
Yes.
And I was definitely getting to that point. All these terrible scenarios just started running through my head at the time. Things like, there's no way I can find my parents now. They're going to leave me here all alone.
No, eventually they'll still circle back.
I'm going to have to survive off eating cockroaches
and
this bag of candy I have.
Is that what he thought he was going to eat?
Unreasonable, right? But remember, I was so scared, so I could not think straight. What seemed like being lost for an eternity was probably no more than 5 minutes, because when all hope was lost and I was accepting my inevitable fate, in the distance, I spotted my dad. And with a crying embrace, I was reunited. Yay, no cockroaches. And I held their hand for the rest of the night. Apparently they weren't that far away when they realized that they were missing.
Are you serious?
I just couldn't see them from my short stature.
That's
at least they didn't leave me there.
That's true.
Yeah. That was the time I got lost at Disneyland during Halloween.
At least it wasn't a Home Alone situation.
If there was a message to come from this story, it would be, don't do what I did.
Yeah, I guess don't run away.
And with that...
don't run away from, your parents, or don't separate yourself from the group. That's definitely something that you should keep in mind. I don't know if there are any 7-year-olds that watch my channel or my videos, but if you are 7 years old, stay with the group. Never separate from the group. I feel bad that he was traumatized. It was funny, he's thinking I'm gonna have to eat cockroaches and the candy I have. Again, I do want to know how many kids get lost at Disney or Disneyland. Like, how many kids do they run through? Not run through, like how many kids complain that they were lost. But I do feel like his parents would have circled around, you know? I felt like it wasn't going to be a Home Alone situation, which I think that would have been, that would have been outrageous. I mean, but stuff can happen. I can't be mean to parents about, oh, you left the park, and then when you had a group of kids, it's different if you went in with one kid or two kids and you came out with one, you know? But if you went in with a group of kids and you come out and you realize, and then when you get home you realize one is missing, I mean, you should be on your P's and Q's, but I can kind of see how that can happen, you know? There's a bunch of kids. A lot of stuff is going on. It's Halloween. Things happen. That's why you got to be careful. But, you know, I do feel like his parents would have came back around. I do feel bad that he was traumatized, though, in that situation. I wonder if every time he says Disney, if he feels that or if he gets, like, anxiety or shortness of breath or something like that. I want to know. But I thought this was cute. I feel bad. Dito. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Have you ever gotten lost before or left behind? Because he wasn't really left behind. He kind of walked away, separated. But has something like this ever happened to you? Let me know down below. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Yong Tales. If you like this video, hug the life out of that like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.